How's it going, guys? Geordie Boy here, bringing you another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This time it's a UU match against Jack, also known as JustWeavile. You've probably seen him on my channel before, you've seen me talk about him. And basically, we've had a Wi-Fi battle for this project that we sent off somewhere, and that was my perspective. And then he's had a battle of us on his channel, which will be in the description below, as well as his links. Make sure you go check him out. Great PokeTuber, great content. He has capture card content, so if you like Wi-Fi battles and all that jazz, then go check him out. Basically, UU match. This was just after Espeon got moved down to UU, so I was like, yeah, man, I want to try all this UU shit. But getting into the tiers, I was bringing the Choice Scarf Dimension, the Assault Vest Tentacruel, the Life Orb Hunchcrow, the Leftovers Calm Mind, not bulky though, timid max, special attack max speed, Espeon, especially defensive Rosa Red, and physically defensive Swampert. And my opponent Jack is bringing the Fortress, the I always think about that skill. It's called Burashuru. Jellicent, there it is, special defense. That's actually a really good core. I like that core. He's also bringing the Hydreigon, the what's that thing called? I always forget what that one. Hippopotas. It's Hippopotas, the big hippo sandy thing. He's bringing his own dimension, and he's pretty much famous waifu, which is his the sleevesy thing. I always forget. Mian Chow. That's it. I'm terrible. I'm really rusty with these Wi-Fi battles. But yeah, let's just jump straight into the match. Basically, my obvious lead was probably the Down Mansion. His obvious lead was either the Down Mansion or the waifu. So let's just jump straight into this match. Okay, so he does lead with his waifu, as I lead off with my Dimension. The fake out is extremely obvious, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to stay and take it because Dimension's cool. And I was going to withdraw, as I believe I went for the U-turn. It's obviously we're going to switch out. I couldn't really stay in and just risk getting Flare Blitz to turn 1. U-turn wouldn't have done much if he stayed in though, so I can see where I was coming from either way. I go into my Mercy from Fire Red. It was like I was still doing Fire Red back then. I'll go for a Toxic, predicting the switch, probably into the Jellicent, predicting the Water move, and he goes for a Stealth Rocks. Makes a great play there, doing the Stealth Rocks. And right now he's got his Rocks up. He's pretty chill. Now it's just putting pressure on me to bring out my Spinner and whatnot, and he withdraws his Hippowdon and goes into Fortress. I believe I go straight for my Stealth Rocks, yes. Just trying to swap rocks, try and get some residual damage. I go for Skull, get the first turn burn, not bad. He goes for Rapid Spin, it gets rid of my rocks. Again, putting pressure on me to get them back up, and also putting pressure on me to get rid of his rocks on my side of the field. And it's all kind of shenanigans right now. Just by the way he's playing, it's been like, this was like the 4th turn into the match. I was just like, I can already tell that this is going to be a long match. So that's why it's really, really fast, if you could tell. Scald, obviously Water Absorb doesn't affect it, and now I'm predicting the Water type move, or maybe even the Ghost type move, probably the Water type move just in case, because it is neutral on Swampert. So I do go into my Rosa Red, special defensive Rosa Red, and I do predict the switch here. I go for a Sleep Powder, and I do catch the Hydreigon, which is lovely jubbly, because this thing being asleep, I can just set up the Rapid Spin. I bet you've never heard that before. Wow, Jordan, you're really, really rusty. I can just go into Karen, which is my Tentacruel. I can go for the Rapid Spin freely, but obviously he's going to bring out the Jellicent, as I nicely predict that in my opinion, and go for the knockoff. Get rid of them nasty leftovers. You don't want them leftovers, you're fatty left. I go for another knockoff, and he goes for a Shadow Ball just for damage by him Assault Vest. He gets a crit. That is how beast Tentacle is, Assault Vest, and he goes for a Recover when I was so close to getting rid of him. Now here I'm predicting another Recover or a Shadow Ball. So I do go into Atlas, which is my Hunchcrow, and it goes for the Willow Miss, more like. And I go for a Pursuit here, knowing it kill either way if he switched or if he stayed in. Decided to make the smart play staying in just in case, I didn't go for Pursuit and I went for like Brave Bird or predicting or whatever. And this thing, I'm even on +1. I don't appreciate fake outs. Mercy's my physical defense wall. He's there to take hits. He's there. He's like, come on, bro. No, this is what I'm made for. This is what you made me for. Daddy. Yeah. He goes for a U-turn, which is all good and dandy. It's good and dandy. As he goes into the Hydreigon, and I get up my rocks again. So back to square one, with the rocks on each side of the field. I still haven't got my spin off. He didn't have a spinner, which is kind of unfortunate. I kind of wanted that on my... Actually, he does have a spinner, Fortress, but Fortress is getting kind of weak. I always forget Fortress is a spinner because I don't really carry Rapid Spin on my Fortress. He goes for a U-turn, pretty much switch, which is a good play on him. As he goes back out to this thing, and this thing, I thought I could take a fake out and then combine with like knockoff or something, but I couldn't. maybe high damage rolls, I don't know. I have got quite a bit of defense investment. I'm going to Dimension now, so because I can freely Flare Blitz anything. I was just Choice Band at this point, but I am Choice Scarf just to take advantage of the U-turn combinations. And Flare Blitz just hits anything like a truck, even if it's Choice Scarf. Just that flare, just that sheer force, stab, Dimensions, base attack, all that jazz. It does a decent amount to the Hippowdon. That's what it's called. I always call it Hippopotas. And Poison brings it down to where another Flare Blitz will kill, and I can live with the sand and the recoil. It's all good in the hood, all good. It's just like chill. Everything's chill. Everything's decent. But I have lost my spinner, so it's kind of unfortunate. It goes into Waifu. I don't really. I didn't need Dimension, and when he come back in, it would just have died from rocks anyway. So I'm like, you know what? Have the fake out kill. I'm just gonna go into Rui now. I was tempted to go for a Calm Mind, but I thought he'd stay in and be that ballsy and go for a knockoff and try and kill me. So I actually went straight for the Side Shock. But the Fortress came in and obviously going to eat it up, resist it, and physical defense monster. And I could have HP Fire. I didn't want to reveal any kind of hidden power right now. I am actually hidden power fighting. I didn't want to reveal anything until later on in the match because Espeons is kind of my sweeper. I go for a Shadow Ball, it takes out the Fortress, so that's all good. Because now no more hazards, no more extra hazards if he has spikes or toxic spikes, or even if he has explosion, no more none of that shenanigans. Good Hydreigon. I was so tempted to go for that hidden power fighting, sorry, but I was just like, you know what, he's not weak enough. And I should have carried Dazzling Gleam, but you know, it's for steel types, more for steel types. I go into my special defense wall, Venetian, just to take a Dark Pulse or two. And I was like, please don't flinch, and he gets a crit, but no flinch. And I was like, yes, I can put this thing back to sleep. You know, I can actually try and manage this thing a bit better. And he actually withdraws Hydreigon. I went straight for Sludge Bomb just for the damage, as it brings in Dimension, and Sludge Bomb does a decent amount of Dimension. But after this, I've got one Pokemon asleep. I've damaged loads with Veneti, and it's just time to go down. I kind of predicting the U-turn at the same time. I was like, you know what, he's probably going to U-turn. You know, Flare Blitz is a bit obvious, and plus U-turn's probably going to kill from that range. I might as well just let me get the switch initiative in this turn. As he goes out into his obvious lead, which is the Waifu, as I go into Swampert. Obviously going to go for the Fake Out. He's got nothing to lose right there. His Regenerator, I believe his Sash as well, as I have not seen the Life Orb. And Jack is well known for his Focus Sash Waifu. It's very good. He goes for a U-turn right now. Goes into Hydreigon because he resists. He's immune to one of my stabs and he resists the other. So it was a very good play on his part. The Skull does pitiful damage. And at this point, it's just getting to the point where it's just like so many switches. So many switches, it's hard to keep up what's going on. I go into Atlas. Don't know what I was expecting, but he does stay asleep, which is good. Now, Jack withdraws. He goes into Dimension, just to sack off, just to try and get a free switch in, which is a very good play. I did go for a Brave Bird. I probably should have gone for a Roost. No more a Pursuit, thinking about that, but I just didn't think. So he had to take the time to go into Swampert because physical defense wall. You know, I still feel like the Hunch Crow is really useful. And now, because he keeps going for U-turn on my Swampert, I'm actually going to make quite a bold play and go into Atlas. Just kind of stacking off and hoping he can live at the same time. But obviously, it's obviously can't live. It's just trying to get that switch initiative, trying to get the battle back in my favour, because it's really close at this point. It's just really, it's head and head. Now comes a Hydreigon, and I go into Rui, and this is the perfect chance to go for that hidden power fighting. And it reveals that it's faster. I think that means he's scarfed, I'm pretty sure, over hidden power fighting. Just takes down the Hydreigon. I'm like, finally I get a chance to use it. Dazzling Gleam obviously seems like a better thing in this situation, but maybe for UU, maybe hidden power fire, maybe better just for them fortresses and stuff. But Shadow Ball seemed like he did a decent amount. His last Pokemon is his Waifu. Obviously goes with a Fake Out for damage, and I was expecting him to outspeed, but I just went straight for the Shy Shock, and that ends the game. I was expecting him to outspeed, then the battle to go on a bit longer, but I actually didn't. I outsped. So if you enjoyed that match, make sure you leave a like, and make sure you go check out Jack's channel. He posts some quality Pokemon content. I love his Wi-Fi battles. He's also started a new series, Pokemon Manga Red, and it's basically, if you've read the manga, the Pokemon manga, it's just a game based off that, and it's looking pretty interesting so far. I'm can't wait for more. Jack, you better start loading it, bitch. Just saying, you know, I need more. But thank you all for watching. See you all next time.